Hi, mate, you okay?
I'm alright, mate.
Suffering with the heat, aren't you?
It feels like ages since I last saw you, mate. Yeah, I had a bit of fucking, I don't know whether it was heat stroke or just me being a bit gay. I don't know. But yeah, I woke up
It's
yesterday
weird,
morning.
this, because you know what? You were all right in Spain. When you went to Benidorm, you were fine in the heat, and now you're being a little bit of a wimp, aren't you?
You know, in Benidorm, though, it was warm, but it wasn't like, I think it was about maybe 32 at the most over there. Like in the evenings, it was like a toss up: do I put jeans on or do I put shorts on? It was a little bit nippy in the evening. So, kind of, because we went at the end of May, didn't we? Well, middle of May. So, like the first day we got there, it was pissing it down with rain. Um, the only day I felt that I needed to kind of get in the shade was the third day. Felt my arm burning a little bit. It was in just a little bit in the sun, and I go. Obviously, you can see I look like a. If I take all my clothes off, I look like a swan Vesta that's let itself go. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, but it's just been like we've not been out, we've not done. There's been no fucking air. There's been no air. It's just been no breeze. We've not been able to take the dog out. We've not been out for a
I,
walk.
I thought you were setting us up with a fucking Peter Kay joke then about the weather's different in Spain, isn't it? The heat's different. It's a different
Oh
heat
no!
over here. It's a different heat over there.
Everybody says that, don't they? And
Yeah.
I will say, like the 3 or 4 days that we get in this country every year, or maybe a week, like as a collective, we'll have that heat wave, and that is fucking unbearable. I think.
I loved it. I loved it. When you said on Sunday night, let's give tomorrow a miss because it's bank holiday, I was like, right, kids, we're off tomorrow. Where we going? Fucking Bala Lake. Let's get there.
Yeah.
Um, I got all the we never got the paddle boards or the boat out last year, so we got them out. But I loaded up the car. Um, Left the dog here because I think it was a little bit too off for little Lucy, so it's nice and cool in our living room. So we left there loads of water, and off we went. Off we went. We had a fucking amazing day. We got there. We got to Bala Lake here. Our fate in it. It was hard to find a parking space. Right, you know me. Got there. First 5 minutes I was there. First 5 minutes. Right. Gets to Bala Lake, and I found the space right, just about to dive in, and this bloke went to me. Well, what the fuck? And his mate fucking pulled in round me and fucking shot in. So, you cheeky bastard. So I parked up, right, and he comes walking past me. I hate it when people wag their fingers at me. Oh, I can't stand that. And I went to him, hey, you fucker. No saving places for people, all right? Said, it's naughty, that. Waving my finger down. He's going, oh, you don't fucking do it, you prick. Don't give him loads. This is the first 5 minutes. So we went over and found our spot next to the lake. So we had a little bit of a walk from the car park where we had to park. And then we found our space, got our stuff, and I'm going back, picked up some more stuff, come back over, and there's three lads fucking just about 10 foot from us who'd set up, and they're smoking a spliff. You know what? I don't mind people smoking spliffs. I got the kids there, you know what I mean? I said, and there's going to be families there all day. I said, hey lads, you're going to be smoking that all day? And they're going, yeah, probably all morning. I said, well, do us a favour, fucking move, will you? I said, I've got kids here. They don't mind you having a spliff, just fuck off away from me. Anyway, they got the stuff and moved.
Oh, good.
I did go over to them and say, listen, mate. I said, I'll probably caught me wrong there because I've just been having a go with some other cunts up the road. I said, but I don't mind you having a spliff. I said, it's fine. I said, I've just got my kids there, you know what I mean? And I don't want to be smelling skunk all day while we're here. He said, no, it's all right, mate. It's okay. Yeah, do the sound, But yeah, so the first 5 minutes I'm at the fucking lake. And I'm kicked off twice. So it's going to be one of those days, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't stand it when fucking people do that when there's kids there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had a bifter or two while we've got kids upstairs in bed and that. And you go at the back door, you go outside, and but I don't do it now, but I have done in the past. But like when you're in a public place where there's going to be kids, all day long, and
the problem with weed these days, when I was younger, it was all everybody used to keep it to themselves. It was a big secret. If you ever smelt it, I mean, it wasn't as strong as the skunky stuff that you get now. You ever smelt it, it was like, ooh, you know. But now people just walk around with it, don't they? They just walk around with it. Yeah, oh, I'm smoking a smoke.
Yeah.
But it's like, so fucking what? You know, you're supposed to be cool. You know, it's bizarre, isn't it? But
Just come
yeah,
in.
yeah. I mean, I'd be like, you know, interested to hear off our listeners. Did I go over the top there with the guy parking and with the guy having a spliff? I mean, would anybody react differently? Would they not say anything? I'm one of those people who has to. Well, you know what I'm like. I just have to fucking say something.
Hello at funnyfarmpod.co.uk, but I'll give my press on it. I'd have rammed the cunt who did that to you, and then his fucking bell end make park where you wanted to park, probably meaning you've got to walk further with your kids.
Yeah.
I'd have rammed that cunt straight into the lake. And the guys with the spliff, fair play to them. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, they've moved. If they'd have been dickheads about it, then I would have, you know, I'd have said, you know, put them in the lake. But fair play to them, mate. And no, you haven't been over the top. That's what the guy's done is socially unacceptable as far as I'm concerned. You can't save somebody a fucking parking space like that. Fuck right off.
You know what? That happened to me years ago. It was in Llangollen, and the parking's notoriously bad there. And I went round for ages. The baby we had baby needed feeding. You know, he was only little, and I found a parking space. I'm reversing into it. There's this woman, this old woman in there, and she's like, "I'm on, Daddy, what are you doing?" She said, "I'm saving it for my son." So where is he? He's down the road. I said, "Get out the way! I'm coming in here." And she's going, "No." I said, "Well, I'll fucking knock you over if you don't move. You're in the way." Anyway, I got in there, and you can't. My wife's in the car going like this, you know, and like you can't do it, can you? You know, you don't save fucking spaces. That guy just
knobhead, like these knobheads who put cones out in front of the fucking house, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, like on a terrace street. We've got like I do feel a bit for our neighbours because we've got like I've got a car, James got a car, Brett's got a car, and Lottie's got a car. So sometimes there's 4 cars outside the house. I'm the only one who'll pull on the drive, so I put my car on the drive, and then Jane won't, and the kids don't. So, but then 2 doors up from us is Lee and Jenny. They've got a car each. And they've got a van because his dad's poorly, so they've got like a van. It's like a mobility van. And then Phoebe, the daughter's got a car. So there's quite a lot of cars, and you know. So but it's like sometimes you will get people being a little bit antsy about where you park. And my answer to that is, I pay my fucking road tax. These cars are taxed for being on this road. It's not a private road. It's not like restricted parking. It's on-road parking. There's no permit. There's nothing like that. So people can park wherever they want to park. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, so when you've got, like, it often happens, doesn't it, on a terraced road? And I get that, like, this person might be disabled or something, but you can get the fucking council to put a disabled bay in if you really want that. What you can't do in my head is put a cone there and go, nobody else can park here. Funny little bits. I was walking the dog the other day, and when you go round the back of our, like, up to the garden centre from where we are, there's one fence that's got a sign on it. It says, "Please don't let your dog foul in this area." And it's like, it's like it does go onto the back of his house, but there's like a fence, like a gate.
Yeah.
The public walkway that you're going up. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if my dog wants a shit outside your fucking ass, mate, he's going to have a shit outside your ass. And I'll pick the shit up and put it in the bin. No bother, right? If it's messy, I'll wipe it up, all that bollocks, right? But you can't fucking, access required at all times. Just because you've put a sign on there doesn't mean that's, you can do that, does it? I mean, obviously I won't park over gates, I won't park over
Yeah, yeah, you're like me, it's like, just going back to the dog fouling bit. I mean, it should just say, if your dog's going to shit, pick it up. That's what it should say, shouldn't it, really?
Yeah,
But, I mean, there are loads of people who don't pick their dog shit up still.
and that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's people who fucking pick the dog shit up and then fucking hang the bag over a fucking fence, over a fence or over a branch. I fucking hate that. Why? What's the point?
You know, I think we've talked about this on pod before, but you see it where they hang it from a tree. Like, you'll be walking past and they'll hang it from a fucking tree. But the funny one, for me, on top of the bin.
I know, we'll put it in the fucking bin.
Put it in the fucking bin. And you can just see them. You can just see these fucking maggoty bellends going, well, if I put it in there, it might touch me. The pooies might touch me. I'm not putting it. I'm just going to put it on top.
You know what? I'm just going off on a little bit of a tangent here. I've been going to the hospital quite a bit over the last few weeks as my dad's been in hospital. I went to the Royal. I was in the Royal at the weekend, and actually it was there yesterday as well. Actually, but right outside as you go into the Royal, it's a brand new building now. The Royal, it's only a few years old. They got like a big sort of like bubble gum, big pink bubble gum to put your bubble gum into. Right. Why the fuck would they put that on the side of the hospital? A fucking big pink ball. And all the people have been using it for is ciggies. Oh, it's just full of fucking ciggies. Ciggy stumps. That's all it's full of. And you can't park. You can't smoke on the vicinity of a fucking hospital anymore. You can't do it. But anyway, I just went off on a tangent. I just thought I should have got a picture of it. I should have. You know what I was thinking? If I go, my dad's been moved to another hospital now. I should. You know what? This is. We should be getting pictures of these and putting them on Facebook.
Get one when you see him later.
Yeah, and he's in a different hospital now. They've moved him.
We've been watching like documentaries. This is a bit of a tangent, but it goes back to what you've just said. And it was like, what were we watching? We watched the Jamie Vardy documentary. That was really good. We watched the Vinnie Jones one last night, which was great. That's a good.
Watched the Vinnie Jones one. I don't fancy the Jamie Vardy one.
It was just like a little bit kind of. I like the fact that he's basically a lad like we were, and he's just like he didn't do anything like Jamie Vardy didn't do anything through the normal channels. So he ended up playing for Leicester, ended up winning the league. Probably one of the better England strikers that we've had in modern times. He's a cracking player. And it just like at the beginning of it, he's just a fucking wreckhead. You know what I mean? He's been dropped by, I think, Sheffield Wednesday's academy because he was too small. And then he just goes through it. He's just a party animal. Do you know what I mean? He's like fat, fine, and that. Just like us. You know what I mean? Like, Teddy Sheringham, I've got so much respect for him because like he was competing with some fucking absolute worldies.
Yeah.
Like, he'd have a cigarette at half time and stuff, and what a legend. But the bit was like there was we've also watched the Lucy Letby one, which I'll talk about in a minute. So that's quite. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Seen that one? Yep. Yeah.
Let's have a chat about that in a minute. But there was one of these documentaries we were watching. And it was like, it went into like Blair and the Iraq War, everything going wrong and this, that and the other. And it just flashed up, and this is the tangent, this is like the bit you're going to go, this was not worth you going on this tangent. It flashed to the smoking ban was just about to come in, and it flashed to a load of people in the pub having a fag. And I just was like, sat there like, I fucking missed this. I missed that so much. Yeah. And do you know on the night before my wedding, we went in, I won't name the pub, but me and my brother-in-law and a couple of pals went in the pub. And at the end of the night, we'd all been going outside. We got married in 2009, so the ban had been in for quite a few years. And the guy shut all the doors and got the ashtrays out, and we sat there for another couple of hours, had a couple more pints, and we were smoking like it was.
They used to do it in my local. As soon as last orders, you always used to have a lock in anyway. You'd be there till 2 o'clock in the morning. The ashtrays used to come out. They used to do it. They used to do. I mean, before the band come in, I mean, you all know I was a Freemason, but like like they used to do like a toast to the Queen, and after the toast to the Queen, the ashtrays used to come out, and then you could smoke then. But that was before the band. But they wouldn't let you smoke until after that point.
Yeah, yeah. But one of the funny stories about the band, there's a couple. So I remember the band had just come in. Pretty sure it was that weekend. We went up. Funnily enough, we went up to Blackpool. I've got family in Blackpool, and we got tickets to see Chubby Brown at the.
Nice.
I don't care what anybody says, right? Chubby Brown's funny. You might agree with his topics and this, that, and the other. He's a good comedian. And I'm probably going to die on my arse now for saying that on our podcast. And but at the end of the day, he doesn't do like the really bad stuff anymore. He's been cancelled all over the place. All these town halls and whatnot are cancelling him. He was born of a different era to what we are as comedians, and he does a job, and he's got a fan base, and you shouldn't be cancelling him because the people that go and fucking see him buy the tickets because they want to go and see him. He's not my number one comedian. He's not like my go-to, but my uncle had got us tickets to go and watch him. And it was during the smoking ban. I remember me and my brother-in-law, Till, we were walking between pubs, and we're having a smoke in between pubs. And we walked into this one pub, and I'm stood there just waiting to get served. And Till just looked at me and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm stood at the bar with a fag on, and I'm smoking away. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck." And I just dropped it on the floor and nubbed it out, like, on the floor. We was talking about this with when we were on holiday. Do you remember, like, when you used to go to a nightclub and you just flick your fag on the floor and nub it out on the fucking carpet? What animals were we? What animals were we?
They had super fucking strong carpets there, didn't they? But going back to the cigarette ban. I mean, I was smoking when that come in. I found that the smoking areas that they had, you had a laugh in them. You were smoking to people who were like you.
Yeah.
Who smoked, and you always had a good chat in the smoking areas. Yeah, I met loads of people in smoking areas. You know what I mean? And it was great.
I was like, as soon as the smoking ban comes in, I'll definitely pack up smoking.
Everybody did, didn't they?
I'm going to stand outside. And then, but another funny story, and this is my mate Chris Parkin. He's like my second cousin by marriage or something. But we hated each other at school. Then we found out we were cousins, and then we were best mates after that. And he went off to York to do his degree, and then he went to Hull to do his PhD. He's a very clever guy, and he's one of my best mates. But he was a fucking bellend when it came to smoking, right? I remember, but I was a bellend as well, so I'd be trying to get him to smoke like an idiot, and he'd be like, "No." But I remember I nearly knocked him out once because he goes, "Yeah, I'll have one of your fags," and he took one of my cigarettes off me and snapped it in front of me. And he was so close to getting a snotbox chonker after that one, mate. So close. But the funny story about him was, like, we used to sit in the Cross Keys in Swanwick when you could smoke. You've been in the Keys with me.
Yeah.
And you'd be having a cigarette and you sat there having a chat or whatever. And I can guarantee probably 5 or 6 times out of 10 that you'd go out with him, he would turn round and go, "Would you mind just moving round there? Because your smoke's hitting me in the face, and I don't want to smell that." And as you do, I used to move out of the way if people were eating and all that, and I'd move out of the way so that he couldn't do it. Smoking ban came in, sat there, had a couple of pints with him. I goes, "I'm going out for a fag." He goes, "Oh, I'll come with you." What a fucking bellend, Chris. If you won't be. But yeah, what a bellend.
But yeah, like everybody said, as soon as the band comes in, I'm going to pack in. It's like, as soon as Siggy's get to a 5, I'm going to pack in.
Yeah.
As soon as Siggy's get to a 10, I'm going to pack in. I'd packed in before they got to a 10 though. I think like I started packing in when they were about £6 a packet, I think, and then they shot up that fast to £10 a packet. Now they're about £17 a packet, aren't they?
Depends what you smoke. I think the ones that I tend to have, I won't name the brands or anything, but the ones I have, they're not the cheapest, but they're not the most expensive. I think they're about 15 and a half, £16. So they're not cheap, are they? I mean, that's a fucking lot of money at the end of the day.
Yeah. And if you're on 60 a day,
I've got to try and give it give it up, mate. So like, I've obviously did 3 months off. Then I've been smoking. I've run out now, so I'll probably give it a go, and until I go.
You've had a mad year, haven't you? You packed in smoking for 3 months, started smoking again, started drinking again.
Yeah.
Now you're having off flushes.
I'm definitely not going back to being how I was with the drinks. I've kind of said, like, we went out it was red hot at the weekend, wasn't it? So I went and did an acting workshop, which was really good, with a director called Sam Masood. Really good, great. Like, we had a scene to learn. We went and did it, and then he gave us like notes, and we did it again, kind of a few times. It was really good, very very good insight onto what it's like to be on set as a main actor, kind of thing. And then I met Jane and the kids, well, Jane and Lottie, at the pub, and we had some food, and then we ended up staying out till 2 a.m. And we walked back from the pub, me and Jane did, and this 20-minute walk took about an hour because I was fucked, absolutely fucked, mate. She says you started off really well. You were like route marching it. It was like I could hardly keep up, and then you got halfway, and then you were like, I'm gonna have to have a fucking sit down. So yeah, I've got it. I mean, look, at the end of the day,
yeah.
This week,
I'm sort of like at a stage now where I don't know if I have over a certain amount, I have to get to that certain amount, and then I can't switch that off button, you know. But I mean, like on Monday when we were coming back from Bala, you know, we were all sunburned coming back, and the kids are starving, so we come through Ruthin. There's a Spoons in Ruthin. That's where that Spoons was. It's in Ruthin, and we went in there, and we had some food, and I had a pint of Coors, you know, because you get like, I've got like a sticky Korean chicken with rice and a pint of Coors for a tenner. You know?
I don't like Coors.
I love Coors.
It's the best one, isn't it? Because it's Coors Light, isn't it?
Yeah. I love it. They used to have Coors and Coors Light, but he changed it all over to Coors Light because Coors wasn't selling apparently. But yeah, it's all Coors Light now. But yeah, I love that stuff. It's great. And then, you know, it's only £2.73 a pint in Spoons.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Coors. I have tried to drink it because obviously when you're diabetic and stuff, it's better for you, isn't it? It's like a lot, like carb-wise, it's a lot less than the other stuff. I don't know. I just can't. Maybe you have to give it a go, don't you? It's like when I drink now, I don't. I used to be Carling all the way down the line. I'd always go for like.
I was.
Yeah, always. I had a pint of Carling the other day, and it was
tastes like shit. No, yeah.
Horrible. I have like if I'm drinking beer now, I have like Madry's quite a go-to for me. I like a pint of Madry.
The Spanish one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean obviously, but I'll have that. I've been having that for years in England, but yeah, I tend to go for the more premium ones now, and I never did. So
yeah, I never like Stella and all that. I never used to do all of that. Mine were always like, God, I used to drink years ago in Wales, Wrexham Lager.
Yeah.
Wrexham. Yeah. I don't think I still get that.
The new series of Made in Wrexham or whatever it's called.
I used to like Wrexham Lager actually.
Yeah, good.
I tell you what, when we went to Florida the other year. It's a Magic Kingdom. You basically go around the lake, and it's all different parts of the world. You know, you got Mexico and China and all this. And when you come to like the UK bit, there's like a traditional fish and chip shop. There's a pub, and it serves like fish and chips. And then there's like a little shop that does Twinings tea and all that. It's quite good the way they've done it. So we went into the British place. I thought, I'll get a pint in here. Like it was like fucking $15 for a pint. And guess what they had on draft? Fucking harp. Shite.
Wow. Shite. That's an old one, isn't it? Harp.
Yeah, it was shit, man.
I thought you were going to say skull.
Harp.
Skull.
Horrible stuff, but because we've been there before. I've been to this place before. I had the cider last time we went there. And the cider was fucking flat anyway. Oh, it was, yeah. They're not very good. They're not very good out there, the Americans. It looks good, you know what I mean? But it's expensive shit, But you know what? It was fucking cheaper than Turkey, I've got to say.
What's $15 in English then, is that about...
It's about 12 quid.
Oh, fucking hell. That's
Yeah.
quite a lot, isn't it? So America's not cheap then?
Disney's not cheap. Disney's not cheap. But you know what? The way we did it last time, once we got to Disney, it was cheap because we sussed it out because we've been there a couple of times before, and with the kids, you spend loads on the kids. So for the kids' birthdays and Christmas and all that beforehand, we were getting like, you know, anybody what did they want for their birthday present or Christmas present? Or just give them some cash. So they saved up about 300 quid each. You know, 300 or 400 quid each. So when they got to Disney, they were buying their own toys. You know, when they had their own money, they can go and buy what they want instead of me saying, "No, you can't have that because it's a waste of money." If they want it, you can have it. You know, it's your money. Once your money's gone, it's gone. So, and then I won't stay in the Disney resorts in the hotels there because I couldn't stand Mickey Mouse being rammed down me head 24/7. You know, so we go and stay in the like condos, like a hotel. The last one we stayed in was quite good. So I mean the kitchen, you get a massive kitchen. There's like washing machines and all that shit in there. 2 massive bedrooms. In our bedroom, we had the fucking big spa bath in our bedroom, big balcony. It was great. We'll go back there. There's a pool and all that. If you go down the pool and everything, you know, down in the hotel, it's expensive when you're having your rest days. But we just went to the local supermarket and bought loads of beer. It's dead weird, you know, cans of Coors out there. The cans aren't... No, they're massive, like pint cans. But they're like a plastic, they're like a different material, but they were great. But, you know, you like your cans out there aren't as cheap as what they are here. You know what I mean? But just doing that and taking food into Disney was a lot cheaper. And then we'll just buy the kids an ice cream during the day or get them, you know, a cold drink or stuff. So just doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, we're quite expert at Florida now, so it's quite good. We can save a bit of money.
But that's like, I don't know if that, I mean, that's like a traditional thing, like with us and our age and stuff. But like, I remember like that was the way that you did shit. Like my mum and, I mean, I'm not like this. I don't know why. It must have skipped a beat with me. I'm the bell end that will go and spend the money on the food and the drinks and stuff like that. So like Jane was like, we went to a wedding recently. It was in a field, and why I thought it was a good idea to just buy a beer at the bar, I don't know, because everybody else took their own beer. But I thought, I'm not doing that. And Jane took a little bit of beer with her and this, that, and the other. But like, I remember like when we used to go to Skegness like for the day, and you'd get there like relatively early. Mum would have like done like a loaf of bread, just buttered a loaf of bread, and then we'd gone and got some chips from the chip bin.
We do stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's good to do, and you know, like I remember like when we were kids, you'd have like a Twix, and like me and my mum would share one, and my sister and my dad would share one, and you'd have half a can of pop each.
Yeah.
But you look back on it now and you just think, well, it was just economy. It's just what people had to do because there was no money and this, that, and the other. Whereas,
I mean, I'm not tight. You know, I'm not tight, but I just don't like fucking wasting money. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. When we were in Florida, I mean, we'd have places where we want to go, like, you know, to eat. Like the day we went to Hogwarts, you know, in Universal. We ate in there because it's like being in the fucking the bar in Harry Potter and all that shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, we went there. I love The Simpsons, so we went and ate in fucking Moe's place. Not in Moe's place, Krusty Burger. You know, and stuff like that. You know, but we made something of it. But I also love the Hard Rock. We ate in the Hard Rock loads. The Hard Rock in Universal, I love that place. Because it's so cheap out in America, and you just sat there, you know, you read that, you fucking sit down, you order a drink. I always down me first Coke, go for a piss, and by the time I come back, there's another Coke there, you know.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I've never done America, and I don't know if I ever will, mate. It's one of those. It's not like people have the bucket lists and stuff, and you know. America's never been on my list. There's a few places, you know, if I could have that, you know, if I could have like my superpower that I want, teleportation, I'd go fucking everywhere. I would literally go everywhere just to try everything out. But like Australia, America,
Australia.
anything like that,
Yeah.
where it's a long flight. I just can't be arsed with that shit.
I mean, I'd love to do. The only place I'd love to do now in America would be Las Vegas, maybe New Orleans. Don't know, and New York. That's about it for me. I mean, I'd never been an American person or wants to go to America until he had the kids.
So I think it'd be cool if you. I think going to Graceland would be pretty cool.
See, I'm not an Elvis fan, you know.
I'm not massive, but I think it's just that historic.
I'd rather go to Dolly World.
I would like to go. I mean, one of the places if I could teleport in there would be Las Vegas. Obviously, I think I'd love to go and play a poker tournament.
I know. We need somebody to get married so we can have a stag night out there.
Yeah. We're at 30 minutes, mate. Next episode, we'll talk about Lucy Let Me, because I think it's quite an interesting conversation.
All right. Well,
I'm obsessed with crimes that have got a bit of a twist to them.
We have talked about Lucy on the pod before, but we'll go on about that on the next one.
Well, I think you mentioned that you'd watched the thing, didn't you? And I hadn't. Yeah. So, anyway, we've waffled on about a lot of bollocks. I need to talk about the comedy that I've done as well, the comedy competition and stuff like that. Yeah. I totally forgot about that. I did a wicked gig at a festival. I need to tell you about that as well. Just remind me of these things, Chazzel, on the next episode, because it's obviously going to be tomorrow when we record that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Please follow us on everything. Try and get Charlie. Charlie's really getting upset now because the hot weather. He's sweating his tits off in this Everton top.
No, somebody put the finger on the button actually with this. I'm actually turning into a fucking bitter.
Yeah.
I am.
You know what?
They call Evertonians bitters.
Everton can suck my dick as well, you know, because they fucked it right up, didn't they? I was hoping Tottenham were going to get relegated, and fucking Everton kept them up, didn't they? Bastard. Anyway, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the other stuff. Please go on, and we're over 200 now, 201 on YouTube now, so that's great. And it's a small milestone, but it is a milestone nevertheless. I'm trying to up my game on YouTube and trying a few different tactics, and it is improving. We are getting bigger, short views, less on the pod. So get out there and watch the pods. Follow me on Facebook, Chris Richmond, and on Instagram and TikTok at Chris Rich Comedian. Messages at hello@funnyfarmpod.co.uk. Anything further, brother?
No, that's it. I need a piss.
You need a piss. You go and have a piss, mate. He's going for a piss. We'll see you tomorrow. We love you all. Bye-bye.